Hi, I'm April with Lakeland Mom, and today I'm here at Scott Orthodontics with Dr. Greg Scott and Dr. John Scott to talk a little bit about braces and clear aligners and all things orthodontics. About 18 months ago, we had our first consultation here for my oldest son, and now he's been wearing braces for about a year. So I've learned a lot, and I thought I would do a quick interview and share some information with you. So with that, we're going to start. Can you guys both give an introduction about who you are and
Sure. I'm
what you offer?
I'm Dr. Greg Scott. Been practicing for about 30 some years, and in Lakeland. I went to Georgetown University for dental school, and after completing Georgetown University, I went to University of Detroit for my orthodontic residency, and then I came here to Lakeland to start practicing.
And I'm Dr. John Scott. I went to the University of Florida for undergrad and Florida Southern for undergrad, and then the University of Florida for dental school and the University of Texas at Houston for my orthodontic residency.
And then you came back to Lakeland.
Back home.
We're glad you came back.
It's good to be back.
We're going to start with the basics. Can you talk a little bit about what ages you treat?
Sure. We actually, believe it or not, actually even treat infants. We do cleft palate work here, so we do an infant orthopedic appliance to prepare infants for cleft palate surgery. So infants all the way up into older adults
Grandparents.
and grandparents.
Yeah.
Grandparents, yes,
Okay.
even grandparents.
What's the oldest patient you've ever had?
Oh, that's a tricky question. 'Cause I
We had
can't-
one
but
the other day was 84.
there've been some in their 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, most often people think of braces and orthodontic treatment as getting them, a nice, beautiful smile. But I know there are a lot of other reasons that are health reasons and physical reasons. So what are some of the other reasons that people come in and see you for treatment? Well, who with you?
Well, we can address issues of uneven tooth wear. We can address, of course, the aesthetics and the function. The aesthetics, I think that oftentimes goes underappreciated because it's such an amazing boost in confidence that people achieve after having some even minor orthodontic work. So we can reduce tooth wear, we can stabilize teeth with regards to their gum, positioning the gums and in the bone. We can make chewing easier, we can help with speech and function. There's a lot of things we can do with orthodontics to help improve people's lives.
Correct. Crowding makes it difficult to clean the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It's, affects the health of the gum tissue.
So if someone is in the same boat I was, that has a suspicion their child probably needs some form of orthodontic treatment, what is the first step? What do they do once they think something needs to be done?
So a referral is never necessary to see an orthodontist.
Right.
So if you suspect something's wrong, if something doesn't look right, if there's any inkling that there might be an issue, it's as simple as calling the office, going to our website and requesting an appointment through there, or even doing a virtual consult off our website where we can just take a quick look at some photos that the patient or their parents submit to get an idea of what's going on and how orthodontics can improve or affect their life.
Okay. And those are free consultations.
They are.
That's right.
Okay. So they start with a consultation. I really can't emphasize to people enough when they have those suspicions, because I know when we've had our first consultation, it was eye-opening to be able to see the x-rays and talk to each of you, directly and ask all my questions. And so I really, really encourage people to take that step of just, make that call, make an appointment, go in and start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And see, in the end, it might be that it's not as complicated as they think to get things corrected. So
And the fact that it's a complimentary exam helps a lot because that keeps everybody can come in without a
right.
fear of the cost and
Right.
find out what the cost will be by coming in to see us.
Right, absolutely. So speaking of cost, we'll jump into that. I know that's a common question, kind of what braces cost or what clear aligners cost. Can you talk about that briefly?
Yeah, that's a tough question. It's a tough question to answer because it's so variable on each individual patient comes in. We prepare a personalized treatment plan for them, and so depending on the complexity of the case, the length of the treatment, that helps determine the cost. But our range is anywhere from small things we're able to do at no charge, while including the exam, to probably about $6,000 or so. But it's very variable, and so really the only way to truly understand what you need and how much that might cost is to have an exam. But we found long ago that orthodontics can be involved enough. We made sure that when we present a cost, that's the cost. It includes all the visits, any emergency visits, any broken brackets.
No hidden cost.
There's no surprises. There shouldn't be any surprises. It's what we tell you we're going to do is what we're going to do, whatever it takes.
Right. I know we've had to do that. I called the office, I think, at 5:30 on a weekday, and you stayed to see Jacob to fix his. So it is truly all-inclusive. Another question is kind of that I learned actually after coming here for the first time is what age people should see an orthodontist for the first time. I think it is commonly assumed that teenage years are the years to have treatment done, and I know that is not the right answer. So what is the right age for people to come see you for the first time?
People think they need to wait for all the adult teeth, but sometimes it's good to see patients to have an opportunity to do things before they lose all the baby teeth and still have some baby teeth in. And so the American Association of Orthodontists recommends 7 years for an exam. Now that doesn't mean that we do treatment at 7 years, and most of the time we don't, but it gives us an opportunity to intervene if we need to at an early age. So I think that I agree with that age, about 7 for an examination, 8 years old. And then we try as often as we can to wait as long as we can and do treatment later when we can.
Right.
But that first meeting gives us a good baseline to compare as the patient grows, as teeth erupt, as anything changes. That way we can compare.
Right. So another common question is how long people are typically here for treatment as far as their braces or clear aligners, how long it takes them, how many months. Can you talk a little about that?
I think within our practice, the average treatment time is about 1.5 years, but that can range quite a bit for somebody that just says I don't like this little bottom tooth. That might be 3 or 4 months to somebody with a much more extensive need. Could be a little bit longer, 2 to 3 years, but it really depends on the needs of the patients.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty good at estimating the length of treatment and pretty accurate most of the time based on experience. And so when you come in for an exam, we give you an estimate. We don't, just say, oh, it'll take who knows how long.
Right.
We give you an estimate, and we're usually pretty close to that.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Not a see as we go. It's when you start, you have a pretty good idea of how long it will take.
Yes.
Okay. So metal braces are the most common. It's what people think of when they think of braces and orthodontics. It's what I had as a kid. But you obviously offer lots of other options as well, clear aligners and different treatment options. So can you talk a little bit about what all you offer here in your office?
Sure. Well, as orthodontic specialists, we offer a very wide array of appliances. So that would be traditional braces, what everybody thinks about when they go to the orthodontist.
Braces are cool.
Braces
are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Change the colors.
There's clear aligners, and that would be like Invisalign, or our in-house version we call Scott aligners. There's lingual braces, which are braces that are behind the teeth, that you can't see from the front. And then we have other types of appliances that can help align the teeth or correct the bite in conjunction or independently of those appliance options.
But Invisalign has become very much more popular now, of course. So we're doing more and more Invisalign. In fact, we're in Polk County in Central Florida. We're amongst
in all of Florida.
Top
1%.
We're in the top 1% of Invisalign users, providers. We do quite a bit of it, and our results are really good with Invisalign.
And do you, I assume, see more adults using the Invisalign treatment? I know we talked about it for my son, and I decided that we were going to stick with whatever was going to stay in his mouth permanently. But and you also offer in-house clear aligners. Can you talk a little what prompted you to start offering that?
When we saw the emerging trends with do-it-yourself orthodontics that you can get off of Instagram or off the internet,
Right.
that's troubling because, like you said early on, you didn't know what you didn't know until you came in for your exam. And so a lot of issues are missed and a lot of damage is done. And so we wanted to offer an option that's appropriate for those mild to moderate cases that is on a level comparable to what they may expect from a do-it-yourself, but it's truly doctor directed and truly supervised, and we have the ability to do other options such as attachments or reshaping of the teeth to get a better result.
With the do-it-yourself aligners, we've seen firsthand a lot of problems, and across the country, there are a lot of problems with that system.
Right.
And so we're trying to provide an alternative for simple treatment that can be done in a simple way with less than Invisalign at the expense of Invisalign. And so it's a less expensive alternative to Invisalign, really, is what we're offering.
Yeah. So we manufacture and create these aligners here in our office. So we're able to get them to the patients faster at a lower cost to the patient.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't know until we started coming here. So we are currently in your beautiful new office. You guys moved to a new building earlier this year. Can you talk a little what prompted the move and your other office space in Winter Haven as well?
Right. Well, when Dr. John came to join the practice, the old office was feeling a bit cramped. We hired more staff. With the two of us there, we just needed more elbow room. So we built this new office, which gives us a lot of space. So the Winter Haven office, we started when he came also.
Okay.
We realized a lot of people were traveling from all over the county to see us, and so we thought we'd try to make it a little bit easier on those that come from afar to receive care.
Right. Gotcha. And you still have your beautiful pond out back
And we just
lovely,
moved the pond.
relaxing view while people have their treatment. We've obviously, as I mentioned, been having treatment with you for a little over a year now. And something else I love to point out to people is how, that the appointments are incredibly convenient. We've almost always come after school. They're quick. We're in and out in sometimes 15, 20 minutes even. So all things that I think parents really appreciate when they're adding one more thing to their already busy lives. So thank you personally for that and for making it a reality.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Anything else that you want to add as we wrap up that we didn't cover that you think is important for people to know when it comes to orthodontics?
Can you think of anything?
I think some of the big, for young people and even adults, some of the big things to look out for. One, if something bothers you about your teeth, come see us. We can fix it. But two, when if you're looking at your child or if you're looking at your own mouth and you see a lot of crowding or a very deep bite or a big overbite, or teeth that are on the wrong side of the other teeth, that's something that we can correct, and it can usually have a pretty big impact on your life. And this is, it's easy to find out what can be done, either through a virtual consult or an in-office consult.
Well said.
Thanks.
You guys work well together. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. Again, thank you to Dr. Greg Scott and Dr. John Scott for joining me today, and hopefully we've answered some of your questions about braces and orthodontics. I can't encourage you enough. If you have questions, if you have concerns, book an appointment, come in for a consultation. As you can see, they're great. They're fun to work with. And if you have other questions, reach out and we'd be happy to get answers for you. So with that, we'll sign off.
I went on a tangent.
Yeah.